Hi, and welcome back to the CyberSpeak Labs. I am your lab aide, Reanna Schultz, and as always, thank you for collaborating to learn today. Just a quick reminder for those who do not know, we are offering a special promotion through the CyberSpeak Labs link tree, not LinkedIn. I always make that mistake. This is through AMC. So if you are located in any of the United States, sorry for those who are in Europe, we are offering up to a 40% discount through our AMC link, and it will be in the description below. So please make sure you check it out. I know there's a lot of awesome movies coming out, and I definitely want to help you guys, look at those sci-fi movies because they're pretty cool. Now, today we have a very awesome, very passionate guest. We have Trevor entering the lab. So hi, Trevor.
Hey, Reanna. Hey, everybody.
Now, Trevor, as a quick introduction, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, well, thank you, Reanna, for this opportunity. So I'm based here in Oklahoma. I've been in the tech field for over 20 plus years, doing everything like the rest of us. Started help desk, network. Cybersecurity has been my passion for a long time. Created the cybersecurity program at my current company, everything from working with the KnowBe4 platform to phishing users. We started off small, but as we grew, one thing I did to train people is I published your name if you got phished. The company always loved to see who got phished this month. So then we moved into, after 2022 and OpenAI opened this can of worms called AI. I really jumped on board with AI, and that's really where my passion is right now, is really driving leaders to understand how they can use AI in their company or even using AI in personal. And one thing I learned, it's not a replacement. Yeah. It's here to augment the expertise we already have, but helps us amplify it.
Yeah.
So I think it's no different than, why would you go to college? You're listening to a professor to help you amplify your skills so you can hopefully use that out into a job somewhere. AI is no different.
Oh my gosh, Trevor, you would hate how I use my AI agent.
Please tell.
I use ChatGPT, and I actually, because you can put in like little personality traits and stuff like that. I gave it a Gen Z personality. And so it tells me when things are Gucci. Or it just sends like emoji of eyeballs when it doesn't understand what I want. I'm like, I ruined technology.
Well, I'm about to go try that. I'm going to see if I can make myself 20 years younger and see if I can talk to my kids.
I think, you know what? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just how people use technology or whatever. And I have this really close friend that used their ChatGPT agent as a therapist. And I'm like, and so, or even like stock advice, and it's not the best advice.
No.
It was like, put all your money in the Google stocks and you'll be rich in 5 years. And he's like, I don't have money to afford Google stocks. And then its agent's like, I can't help you.
I can't find the Bitcoin for you. That's why it's so important that you are still the human in the loop.
Yes.
It's not your therapist. It's not your stock analyst. And it's definitely not your last. I mean, I wouldn't do anything ChatGPT told me to do. Now, can it guide me? Can it help me creative ideas? Absolutely. I've seen people have heard, I used ChatGPT. I found a legal agent and it told me to do this. I'm like, I'd still probably pass it by a real lawyer before you go to court.
No. And I'm not gonna lie, minus like the Gen Z personality trait my AI agent has. I ask it for recipes, and it didn't go well. It told me, I was like, give me something that's healthy and vegetarian, and they're like, okay, what's the ingredients in your fridge? And I listed like, the condom. Me being literal, I listed everything in my fridge. And then it was all like, okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to take tofu, you're going to put it in a pot. And I'm like, okay. And then it was like, add salsa. And I was like, no. No. I was like, I appreciate the ambition, but the AI and creativity to that degree is not there yet.
Chips and salsa and tofu. No thanks.
Oh my God. I was like, yum. No salt, just that. Okay. So Trevor, what do you use AI for, or how do you promote education with AI in your business?
I use AI in business and personal. So we can start with business. We wanted to know how our company could leverage AI.
Yeah.
So we formed an AI committee and we invited people from each key departments. And my first question was, who's using AI? People don't want to admit they're using it. And this was last year, so it's probably changed now. But once they warmed up to the committee, everybody's using AI, even if they admit it or don't. And what we found out is people don't admit they're using AIs because several reasons. I think one, they still want to think that it's my intelligence that you're talking to. There's also, I learned a tool, a term, excuse me, called fear of being obsolete.
Oh my
And
God.
people have a general thinking AI is going to replace my job. If my boss figures out what I'm using AI for, well, why don't they just use AI to do what they asked me to do? So you have to re-educate how AI is an augmentation tool and not a replacement tool.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is what we talked about earlier. You can go to ChatGPT and say, type me an email response to my boss. Here's the subject. And he'll spit it out. If you copy and paste it, send it your way. Hey, you're done. I'm going to lunch. I will tell you a personal story. I was in a hurry one day and he wanted to know something about a vendor software that we were looking at. The vendor emailed me. It was a real long technical email. I'm like, okay, my boss is not technical. I'm just going to ask. We're a 365 shop. So I was using Copilot, the licensed version. So I told Copilot, give me a 3 bulleted point summary of the email below to send to my boss. Well, it did it, but it AI'd it. The vendor's name was bolded 5 times. It really didn't tell my boss anything, and I got busted for it. I sent it on because I was in a hurry, and he replied back. He goes, this doesn't tell me anything. Did you use AI? Because his name's bolded 5 times. So think human in the loop. The same humans that are going to review the prompt response are the same humans that are going to read your email or maybe your newsletter and know that's not you. I mean, if people know you and you start
Yeah.
polishing emails, I had a direct report send something out to his team, and this guy is a great employee. I love him. I'd take him anywhere I go for being an IT guy.
Yeah.
But he's not overly gratulatory to his employees, but he's getting better.
Yeah.
With AI, he's getting really good. So he sent something out and he even humanized it. He took the M dashes out and he took all this out. And I said,
Yeah.
you used AI, didn't you? He goes, how can I tell? I said, because it was really warm and fuzzy and really gratulatory.
His end of the year reviews are fantastic.
Oh, it is. You know, people are, I love our VP of marketing said, I don't want robots. He was busting
Aw.
his team for using AI to write their reviews. And you could tell
Yeah.
it wasn't their words. It was like this fluffed AI version of their job role.
I mean, maybe one day AI will let us have like real authentic cybersecurity job descriptions.
Oh, yes. Oh, you mean the cybersecurity descriptions that you have to have 25 plus years of
Yes. Oh, and
experience
don't
that are
forget the
entry level
CISSP.
SOC?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone just I don't know what intern that needs exec experience or a CISSP, but let me know. I might be interested. But yeah, no, I don't know if you saw this. I was on LinkedIn the other day and I forgot the company, but they actually have quotations like employed AI employees now. Like they have
Yes.
accounts for their AI employees in Active Directory. They have HR accounts. Like they talk to them
Wow.
like they're real employees to like create and build personas. And I'm just like, that's really cool. But at the same time, like that's also I feel like that's a data leak waiting to happen or a data incident waiting to happen because, it's one thing to hack an account, but when you're hacking like a literal identity that's also a machine, I feel like that's just I don't know. There's too much going on for me right there, but I don't know if you saw anything like that,
I
but
did not
yeah.
see, at least my company hadn't started hiring AI agents and asking IT to put them in the Active Directory. I would have to say no.
I'm
One,
just like,
Active Directory
"Whoa."
is, yeah, I'm like, can I have this guy's social security number and how do I background check him?
Hi, this is Trevor AI.
Exactly. Hi, I'm Rob AI bot. Can I have access? Oh, and by the way, I'm a network guy, so can I have domain access? Trust me.
Now, for someone, I guess that's starting to get interested in AI or even learn more about it, what's your recommendation for them to slowly get introduced to it? Because it is literally big data and it can be a lot right up front.
Just pick a tool and start with it.
Yeah.
The most popular, I'd pick Chat GPT.
Yeah.
5 just got released. It's awesome. You don't have to worry about what model you pick. Ask your agent, what do I need to learn about AI as being a beginner? I've never used this tool, but help me understand it. And it will type you a guide.
Hmm.
I know OpenAI also has a training community, an OpenAI Academy. So look for resources like that. But
Yeah.
my number one step, just try a tool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's such good advice. I feel like people get like so scared of technology
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, no, it's okay. Like don't be scared. You're scared maybe because you don't know, but it could be completely fine. Education always to a
Mm-hmm.
T. There's bad things with good things all the time, but
All the
yeah,
time.
no. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great advice.
Well, I think they're scared too because there's so much, as we were talking before we started the recording, there's so much noise out there about
Yeah.
it's going to steal your data. It's going to make AI videos of deep fakes of you. And, all this stuff you see on, some news programs sometimes.
Yeah.
It's more scare tips. And I know it's meant out of positive intent to keep people safe, but then it gets people scared of the technology.
Yeah.
I tell our company when I train is don't put any PII information. Don't put your social. Don't upload your bank statement
It's
up
no
there and ask
different
you
than
to do a
Google. Don't
financial.
put that stuff in the search engine.
Right. Would you post your social security number on Facebook? Well, don't do it with the chat. But if you're like, give me a recipe on how to cook the greatest cookies in the world. What's harming on that?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
don't ask how to make a recipe from scratch.
Yeah, I understand that. Tofu and salsa, right?
I mean, I'll let you know how it goes, Trevor, but I
Yeah.
can foreshadow that it's not gonna go well.
I can't imagine it'll go well.
No,
So
absolutely
really,
not.
people just need to really start small. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to recreate the wheel. It's already been created.
Yeah.
Just use the tool. It's like
Yeah.
I just had this conversation a while ago this afternoon with somebody that hadn't got into AI, scared about this and that. And I said, look, think about a roofer. For years, they used a hammer and nail. They got a few houses done. Here comes the pneumatic hammer with an air compressor. Now they can get more roofs done. Same person, different tool, more efficiency. That's all AI is. And what's really
Yeah.
cracks me up, Reanna, and it's really scary to hear people talk about privacy and ethics. But you can go on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and
Oh,
they have
don't get
put
me
their whole life
started.
out there.
Don't get
It's
me
like, hold
started
on,
on that.
don't talk about privacy. I just saw your TikTok.
You know what's even scary? I remember when I was in college, like many, many moons ago, people would be like, Google your first and last name and
Mm-hmm.
see what information pops up. And now it's like, hey, ask an AI engine your first and last name, maybe an area that you have lived in or the state, and just see what information comes back. And it is so much deeper than what Google provides. I mean, for obvious reasons, it's going to different corners, but
Right.
yeah, I showed it to one of my family members and they were like, "Oh, why is this here?" And I'm like, "Because you post on TikTok every day and you tag the location in your TikTok video." Like,
Yeah. How many people turn off locations in text messages or
none
photos
of
when they
them.
take photos? None of them. So what do you think? We got tools that can read the metadata behind it and look, I know where you're at.
If
It's just
anything, ChatGPT is telling you what you have open.
why don't they, if they find that, why don't they go, how'd you find this information for good use and say, okay, now I know what I need to go secure. I have
Yeah.
a hole somewhere in my personal identity. Now I need to go change that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So okay, Trevor, I'm gonna change topics here.
Okay.
I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
What is the backstory with the circuit?
The circuit. Okay. Well, that was a stretch for me. A year ago in summer of 2024, I'm an avid LinkedIn user. I love all this content people
Yes.
create. And I started seeing newsletters and I read a lot. I said, and AI obviously came out. I'm like, why don't I take a stab at this?
Yeah.
Our company had a real good initiative called Learn, Share, Teach. I was training the company internally already on subjects from how to use Office 365, how to detect phishing emails.
Yeah.
Then we moved into AI. I'm like, why am I doing this for my company and not the internet or LinkedIn?
Yeah.
So I started doing it on LinkedIn. You can look at my earlier last year's post and see my evolution. as I learned from people that also are top voices on LinkedIn. So that's how I got started. It was a stretch. It's a little hobby for me, but
Yeah.
now it's just part of my life. I love doing it, and it's all about information share. You know,
Yeah.
we were talking. You have an awesome podcast for defenders and lab coats, and the last one you posted was about cyber kidnapping, and I'm
Oh,
like,
it's so
as
eerie.
I know it gave me shivers on the stories you did, but it gave me content going. How many people know about this? Do they
Not
know
a
the
whole
red
lot.
flags? Do they know how to protect themselves?
Oh my
So
gosh,
I
yeah.
create a circuit newsletter. It'll be out next Tuesday that you can read, and I'll link to your podcast. So that's the story behind the circuit, and it just took off. I've tried different things on LinkedIn. I used to post 2 a week.
Yeah.
In between there, I used to just post, and I'm like, I've settled on I'm going to do this once a week, and then I'll sprinkle in some posting. But I also contribute. I love going out to contributors and influencers like you, and I'll
Yeah.
comment on your stuff, or I'll like, or I'll share your stuff, because I think it's important that
Yeah.
as contributors you get support too. If you're just throwing newsletters out there and nobody's really engaging with you and nobody's commenting, you start doubting, why am I doing this?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you have to do more than just post and leave. Like
Right.
I learned that too early on in the LinkedIn career, and that's literally also key to the algorithm. Like you comment, you're gonna get material that potentially fits your need as well, and you're providing for the community. I mean, I always say your net worth is your network. The
Mhm.
bigger the network, your net worth is greater too. And you
Right.
learn so much stuff on LinkedIn,
Yes.
like between your newsletter and there's a couple of other content creators I follow that are just, you can tell when people are so passionate with what they post. And it's just like, wow, I want to do something cool.
Yeah.
I want to make
That's
tofu and salsa.
yeah. I don't know about that. Cool. I'll leave that to you. But I that's where my niche is. And I was never a strong writer, but here
Yeah.
again, I've got a tool now that helps me augment. For those who are on this podcast, don't just copy and paste, please. If you want to create a newsletter, you can find an agent that'll write the newsletter for you. You don't know what instructions are behind that or whose voice it is. So
Yeah.
don't copy and paste. I have a golden rule. If it has a quote, go research it yourself before you
Yep.
go repeat that quote. Because I have found, as good as AI is, it may paraphrase that quote. And it's
Yeah.
not exactly what they say. And that you just got to watch for those dangers. But
Yeah.
you
Now,
guys
what's
that
your opinion on using AI as like a grammar edit tool?
oh, totally awesome. I use Grammarly.
Yeah.
I think Grammarly is great. I mean, I'm not a great speller. So wise people freaked out about AI edit tools. Remember Clippy? Remember
Oh my
spell
gosh, I
check?
miss Clippy.
Yes. Remember,
I remember when Microsoft brought Clippy back, and it was like the greatest flop of the year, and I was so sad. I was all like, Clippy was amazing.
it was amazing. And remember, I've seen memes where they unmask Clippy, or AI, and it was
Oh
Clippy
my gosh.
underneath, you know? What about Ash Jeeves? We've
Oh
had
my
all this stuff.
gosh, that's so
Yes.
nostalgic.
Sorry, going throwback, and it's not even Thursday. So anyway,
Oh my gosh. I miss Jeeves. That was like pre-Google. That was like pre anything. Jeeves was the dude.
it was. So why is everybody freaked out about this AI stuff? It's not new. It's just a
No.
rebranded tool that's got more efficient. It's faster, and it's accelerating a lot faster than it. I mean, generative has been around since the 50s.
Yeah. Oh my
But
god.
with every tech change, there's always people don't like change for one. They have to figure out how it impacts them for two. And three, then they have to start trusting it. And the only way to trust it is try it, but don't give it the keys to your house. You are in control. That's the thing, is people are so scared of this thing.
Yeah.
You're in control.
Yep. It's like a car,
Right.
It don't go fast. Unless like, something happened to your gas line or, whatever, but don't go
Right.
fast. There's a
Yeah,
speed limit sign for a reason.
exactly. It's not suggested. There's a reason why. It's safety, and you get better gas mileage with these days prices. So anyway, we won't get on an old
And there's
man
been a
topic.
couple of times, like the safety rails with ChatGPT, it's given me some warning banners and it's like, no, we can't do that. That's not safe. And I'm like, why?
Really? Give me an example, because I haven't seen that before.
Well, one time I So I use ChatGPT to essentially what I do, I take all of like the Hacker News Bleeping Computer and I upload the RSS feed to my chatbot. And I was trying to make queries with it. And one of the queries I was trying to make was for ransomware. And I had accidentally asked it to make me ransomware, not can you hunt for ransomware based off of this. And then it got all mad at me and it's like, nope, that violates community policies. I can't do that, pal. And I'm like, oh, wait. Oh, that was on me. Sorry.
Oh wow. And the guys with black sunglasses and Suburbans are going to pull up at your
I'm
house.
sure I flagged something at some point, but hey, I'm pretty sure I put threat researcher somewhere in my LinkedIn, so it's a legal safety blanket.
Or was it educational purposes only?
Educational, yeah.
Yes. That's what DEF CON's all about. It's all about
Oh yeah.
education.
Okay, so Trevor,
Right.
I'm gonna head into another question. What has been the most interesting thing you have used AI for?
Wow. Interesting thing.
Besides tofu and salsa.
Hmm. I
I've
use it
asked
for a
it a
lot of.
couple of dad jokes here and there. They were atrocious.
I haven't tried the dad jokes yet. Interesting. Well, I did. I did plan a trip, and my wife was quite impressed that ChatGPT was able to compare the two
I didn't even
locations.
think about doing that. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
we were trying to debate next year where we want to go, and we had a couple of locations. So I went into ChatGPT and I said, between these two places, here's what we like to do. Pick me the best place that would come to what we like to do, and give me an itinerary. And it went, and she was like, because she's always been the vacation planner, and we've
Oh
had
my
great
gosh.
vacations, and she puts a lot of work into it. She goes, this is amazing. I know where to start now. So yeah, vacation planning was the most interesting. I use it in help. I'm trying to tell people, stop using Google search.
Yeah.
For example, I had an example. Somebody came to me and said, hey, I need your help. I said, okay. And they said, this is probably more interesting than my vacation. She said, I'm in Excel, and when I move my arrow to the right on the keyboard, my cell goes left. I'm like, what? She said, no, come see, come see. So she went over there and she did. She hit the right arrow on her keyboard, and the cell went to the left instead of the right.
Oh, interesting.
So I went into ChatGPT. I said, I'm an Excel user. I'm hitting the arrow on my keyboard right, but my cell's turning left. It said, check scroll lock, turn scroll lock off. We did, and it fixed it.
Oh my gosh. I
It
love it.
knew.
I mean, like I would think about 2 or 3 years ago, I would have to be scrolling through different links to find
Yes.
pictures and a step-by-step wiki how, and now it's just like bottom line upfront, here's what you do. And it's I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember my life before ChatGPT
I
or
don't either.
OpenAI, like any of this stuff, because I don't
Right.
use Google anymore. I just
No.
don't. Unless I
Yeah.
look up memes, but like I just don't.
Exactly. I may look up images on Google still for
Yeah.
my banner on my newsletters, but I've gravitated off of that. I use Ideogram now to create all my
Yeah.
images. Ideogram's the best one I found that actually can spell words correctly in images. DALL-E is still way behind. Copilot's way behind in
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. Don't
So
even get
don't
into
ever.
Pilot.
So even Google Gemini, it's great, but sometimes the images can't spell a word, and it frustrates me. I'm like, I typed you the word. I even told you to spell it correctly.
At least now they kind of fix the hands, so the hands aren't so weird with images with people now. I don't know if you noticed that. Like I remember
Yeah.
when they first rolled it out, I was like, give me a person that's picking apples in an orchard. And it was like a
Uh-huh.
person with like double hands going to like all the different trees. I'm like, oh no. I appreciate the ambition here, but I
Yeah.
was like, reduce the fingers and the hands.
Do you remember the most famous one with Will Smith eating the spaghetti?
No.
Oh, go look
Oh
up
my
go
gosh.
look up 2022 version of Will Smith eating spaghetti. It was the first AI generated, and the spaghetti, you can't see his mouth, but his spaghetti was actually generally coming out of his mouth. It was hilarious.
Why have I never found oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So you take that and then ask it to go find you one out of 2025 or with this all this new, and the drastic change in 2 years is just this technology is moving faster than when the personal computers came out, when the internet came out. But anyway, that's a funny. I saw that in a
Good
presentation.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. I don't know if you remember this one of the internet, like snakes with hats. That was like a very
Oh
popular thing in
no.
like pre-COVID, or chickens with arms. Like people
Yes.
would like Photoshop arms on chickens.
Yeah.
Will Smith and spaghetti. Yep, that's gonna be up there for me as things I can never unsee.
Yeah, I can never unsee it. One other thing I couldn't unsee was on Reddit. It was I can't remember which group I was following, but supposedly this guy found an alien. So he was holding this alien thing. It looked really real, but if you started counting his fingers, he had 5 or 6 different fingers that weren't. I said, okay, is that the alien or is the person holding the alien the alien? I'm like, okay, this is fake.
It's like a Picasso. Like, what is
Yeah,
real? What is fake?
exactly. Well, that's really great if people get into ChatGPT and learning the tool. There's agents that people have already written
Yeah,
that can help you detect faked pictures and fake content. I use the picture stuff all the time because although LinkedIn is great,
yeah.
it's also a bad platform for fake stuff. And the latest is, hey, I reviewed your profile. Your experience is exactly what you're looking for. I know this person recruiting. Come send their. It's always a
Yep,
Gmail email or it's a WhatsApp app. I'm like, okay, why
yep.
are you trying to take me off the platform? And if
Yeah.
there's a picture, I'll take the picture and put it in my agent and say, is this picture real? And it will score it, tell you why it thinks it's not real, and
Wow.
it'll educate you on how to do it yourself.
That's really nice.
It,
Like,
it,
I like the amount of I mean, like I said earlier, right? There's so much good and like
yes,
there could be bad things out of the good things. You know,
right.
like I think about AI probably in the future and I think about like people with disabilities, how much easier it is for them to work on a computer probably with, visuals and audio being read to them and being able to help that way. And then the other side you have bad intent. And it's just but it's so important, especially what you said. Education is so, so important
Yes.
with these tools and with deep fakes these days and stuff like that. I ran into a gal and she told me a story where she got a phone call that was from the local county jail. And it sounded like her area's accent. She was very Midwest, had a deep Midwest accent, stuff like that. And they're like, "Hey, just letting you know, your son right now is posted for bail. We need money. You can transfer it through this." And she goes, "Oh my gosh!" And as she was like in a panic mode, essentially, her son walked through the door from football or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, mom, what's up?" And she realized it was a scam.
Oh my.
And yeah, it's just insane the degree that like people are going to now with how they're doing things. But again, education is so, so important with
Yes.
this stuff.
Right. And nothing's foolproof. I mean, we all, especially as we get
Yeah.
older, or even the young people, you're good as you can, but inevitably you may fall into a scam. Your credit could get stolen. It's no fault of
Yeah.
yours. It's just, I mean, if there's people out there in the world that their number one intent is to fraud, they're doing that every day, 100% of the time. Where you're not,
Yeah.
you've got a life, right?
Yeah.
Vendor management has changed drastically since AI.
Oh,
It,
yeah.
I wrote a newsletter on circuit called AI washing because
Mhm.
when AI came out, it seems like, oh, now all these vendors have AI. We have AI. Buy our product. We have AI. And I don't know if you've seen a meme where somebody handed a pen to somebody and says, "Sell me this pen." And the next picture of the meme was, "It has AI." And that's the truth of the matter
It's so
is.
true.
Yeah. So what you have to do, vendor manager as a business, is if they say they have AI, you've got to ask, what engine is it? Where's
Mhm.
my data? How are you protecting it? And nine
Yeah.
times out of 10, you'll find that they have taken Chat GPT Enterprise, they're branding it for you, and you're paying to have it secured under their brand, but it's just Chat GPT. But they
Yeah.
didn't write their own. Ask them if they wrote their own code. Do they?
Mm-mm.
Where's their LLM? Did they train it? Is my data training it? There's questions that now that we
Yeah.
have to evolve into past just regular vendor management. You've
Yeah.
got to understand, where's my data.
Yeah. Oh, man, that had been a really good newsletter too. Like, people especially people coming back from, like, DEF CON as when we're recording this and stuff like that. I have seen so many posts about AI, branded XYZ, and I'm just like, you can't just throw an AI like
Mm-mm.
word on there and expect it to be high tech. And I was like, if I wanted to do that, I'd put Tron on everything or Fantastic
Skynet.
Four,
Yeah.
and spell things different. Like I was like, maybe we can make fake buzzwords to see how many vendors will pick it up and make it cool. And I was just like, zero trust.
Well, what you do is take those fake buzzwords and feed it to Chat GPT. So when
Oh my
people
gosh, and
search
just
it,
spit it out.
it's
Oh,
real. You remember when the internet came out and there's a big joke? What's real? I found it on Wikipedia. I'm like, yeah, good luck.
yeah. And here it
So
is
I mean,
now.
and you're talking about DEF CON and cyber vendors. You're right. It seems like every cyber vendor now has AI. I'm like, okay, what AI do you guys have?
If its name is not Clippy or Ask Jeeves, I don't want it.
Exactly. Did you bring back Clippy? Because that was the true AI. But you're right. It's like when the cloud launched. The cloud was
Yeah.
such a
Oh my gosh,
buzzword.
everyone was so afraid of the cloud. They're like, what's the cloud? Where's the
What's a
cloud?" And I'm
cloud?
just
What
like,
is
"It's
it?
okay." You know?
Oh, it's somebody else's data center I'm putting my data in, but still on the ground. So where's the cloud?
Nobody understands the cloud. We just use the cloud. Uh,
Hey, Amazon's making a lot of money off that term.
everyone wants the Amazon cloud.
I know.
Okay, Trevor, I know we're getting close on time, so I'm going to end with 2 questions for you, and they are going to be the most difficult questions of this entire podcast. The first one being, where can people find your newsletter, or if they want to reach out to you for any questions about AI or AI education, what is a good way for people to find you or contact you?
The best way, go to LinkedIn. You can find me under Trevor Wiseman. And then once you go to my profile, I have Read the Circuit, and it's right there, and you can subscribe to it. It's the easiest way.
For sure. And for our listeners, we'll make it easy for you guys. We'll put Trevor's amazing, fantastic LinkedIn below. He is an awesome person to follow, just great community engagement. You definitely will learn from his content as well. Now, Trevor, my very, very last question, and I apologize if you get stumped on this one. What advice do you have for our listeners? And this can be anything between how to order food correctly at McDonald's or how to use AI, or maybe this was a lesson from your journey, but what advice do you have for our defenders and lab coats?
Self-educate.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
wait for somebody to educate you. Don't wait for your company to do a class. Find your passion. Don't
Yep.
post about everything. Find your niche. If it's AI, learn everything you can. And by the way, don't pay for AI education. It's free. And if it's cyber, get on there. If you're going to get into cybersecurity, you first have to know networking. So I'd start with beginner networking classes, then move into your. No, you can't install Kali Linux, then expect you to be a hacker right away. So that's it's education, 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 and it never stops. Don't ever
Yeah.
stop educating. If you're a LinkedIn user, which I hope everybody is, follow people like Reanna. Find the top voices that are already doing this. Don't copy them, but follow them. Improve your skills, and they usually have links on education purposes. I will plug this if you don't mind.
Yeah.
If you're looking to become an AI-driven leader, pick up the book from Jeff Woods. It's called AI-Driven Leader. It will change your life.
We'll definitely add that in the description too. I'm always a fan of adding to my cyber library, so I probably will check it out too. You can't really see my bookshelf, but I pretend there's a lot of books to make me look smart.
Well, I was going to do the background with a library and all that and make myself like this professor, but I thought, nah, I'll just be real. I'm from
I
Oklahoma.
mean, at least I was nice on this podcast. Sometimes I show up with a prison cell as my wallpaper, but no,
Wow,
I'm
that'd
totally
be
kidding.
cool. I will say, if you got a cyber library, do you have the book Sandworm?
I don't. I'm not
Oh,
that cool or not that
no,
trendy. But
pick it up.
yeah, no, I've seen a couple of people have those like on YouTube and stuff with like
Yes.
their books, and it's just like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Get Sandworm. It's eye-opening on cyber infrastructure, talks about all the administrations on how we try to secure the US and where we're failing in securing the US. It's really scary.
Oh, I love scary things.
This will scare you. All the way to hacking power stations and how weak our infrastructure is. It's eye-opening.
Oh, I'm excited. Thank you, Trevor. And
You're
thank
welcome.
you again for coming into the lab. It has been awesome. It's been a fun time, and the time absolutely flew past. So, like I said before, please make sure you check out everything in the description between that AMC promo code, Trevor's LinkedIn, his awesome, awesome newsletter, and a couple of his reading resources that he does recommend as well. So, thank you guys, and look forward to seeing you again in the lab soon.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys.